Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another reaction. Today we have one where I feel like FestiveBored is trying to impress me because of the paragraph plus that they wrote about this song and why it exists. Apparently, it's for Yoshoyan, a manhwa I didn't really know about at all, also known as Fantastic Beasts in English. And the song's name is A Qilin's Pain, and of course I was given all of the breakdown as to why this song is called that, at very least a generalized idea of why, and that this song was recorded with like an actual chamber choir, and basically everything else that wasn't piano or done directly by FestiveBored was just very high quality library, so that's always cool to hear. But at the same time, I wonder, I wonder what this level of scale that FestiveBored is priming me for is gonna sound like. I'm both like very excited, but also I'm cautiously optimistic because I don't know what this could sound like, and I won't know if I don't get started. So without further ado, let's go!
A chill in Spain.
Roll credits. Sorry.
In the silence I keep, in the things I don't speak, let me rise close enough to the light, just to feel how far I fall from its height.
Okay.
So tell me, was I ever meant to fly?
Very good start. Now I just gotta feel it. Yep. They said it was kind of inspired by Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
The Qilin Spain. Can you carry this weight?
Great dynamics in the song so far.
Every sin burned away. I held you high, higher than sky. Gave you a world where you never have to cry. Let me ascend, just to fall from the sky. Let me love you, then teach me to die.
Very well produced as well. Great mixing and mastering on here. Woo! Put that note out there.
No one came, no one stayed with me. Say it plain.
That was an intriguing transition into that vocal part. Wasn't bad, by the way. Just like an, oh, that's unique. Like actually not a pattern I would have expected. And I like those. I'm only saying, because I'm like, where's the song gonna go after that high point? Okay. I'm being very quiet. I'm just taking it all in. It's moments like this where I'm like, what's gonna happen? When are changes gonna hit? I wonder if Festive is watching this right now, getting nervous how quiet I am. There's a lot of good about this one. Let it hang. I don't even know how long I've been listening to this at this point. And that's kind of a good thing. You want the person to get lost in it. Again, great dynamic work there. Like at the very start and very end, keeping things like as soft as possible while still keeping that emotion intact. Very good work on that. All right, so as has been the case with most of the stuff I've heard from FestiveBored, I know that Festive has gone to or is currently going to, I can't remember if they've like, if they're done with college right now or done with school for it, but like they're in school for music. So it's like, I know that they're not bad. And as a result, it would be insulting for me, somebody who is very much not trained, entirely self-taught on music theory stuff, to try and be like, here's what they're doing with the keys. I just feel like if that's information that you want to know, I'm sure Festive would be glad to offer that in the comments below or something. So like, no worries there. However, my general thoughts are still going to be there. I'm still a critic after all, like it's what I do here. And while I react to stuff, I'm listening for things that I know to be the common standards for what is trying to be portrayed and what's trying to be conveyed in the song. And I'm sitting here like, okay, so I get through all of that. Like, luckily, honestly, in this case, I was given that preamble of everything that I needed to know. So I wasn't entirely in the dark, albeit the song did a very good job at kind of walking you through the story. The emotional highs and lows were there. The dynamics were really, really solid. I loved all that stuff, especially the beginning. Really nice piano part, especially. Beautiful on the outro. Works really well. There was some stuff where I'm just like, okay, this feels like it's oddly placed. It's not that the song was bad, and honestly, as far as the arrangement goes and everything, it sounded really fucking good. Except for a few spots where I'm like, really, that's there like now, you know? And I feel like that is just going to happen with inexperience. It's not like I would be able to do any better or worse. I would end up just replicating somebody else's idea of what a pattern of a song should be. And to an extent, I am very happy that Festive isn't doing that and sticking to what they want this song to be and where the patterns and where the emotional highs and lows, the shifts in that happen, why they exist, and when it happens. And a lot of them caught me off guard, but not always in a bad way. Like, I did just say that there's some spots in there that felt a little bit odd, but not every single one of them was in a bad place. It was just in a place where I'm like, oh, that's strange. I think I mentioned one when I was doing the reaction where I'm just like, oh, that's an interesting location. And again, it's not that it was bad or wrong. There really is no wrong in music after all. It's just more of the what I'm used to hearing and what I've built out of my own existence listening to music and hearing a lot of orchestrated stuff, a lot of cinematic stuff. And this does a lot of that, but it also doesn't follow the most boring standard options out there either. It evolves it. It moves it in weird directions, and that probably fits for the character's story. I don't know the character's story. I was given an overview, but not like an actual story experience from my side. So I don't know what sort of tumultuous moments they were living through, what the pain that this Qilin is feeling, like what, like any of that is completely unknown to me. So this sort of like instability in the song is probably very intentional. So I don't have a problem with any of that, to be real with you. The only other things I think I would like critique, I suppose, are like the lyrics weren't all that fantastic, I'll be real with you, but that's something that comes with time and practice and experience. Again, not like I could really write that much better. A lot of this just felt very like matter of fact, like you were just writing statements rather than lyrics. Try to be a little bit more poetic with it a lot of the time. This song ended up kind of feeling like you were just being read lines from a book, and that might have been kind of accurate to what's happening since it's like a dub project for this. Like, it's very likely that they just wanted to borrow as many of those references as possible, and it's like, again, that's fine, but also it does get a little bit stiff. So try to rephrase things to be a little bit more beautified and, again, poetic is probably the better way to do it. But I'm not really against like very straightforward lyrics as long as they're balanced well. And there was some moments in here where I was noticing like there were too many syllables that didn't match the last set or the set afterwards. And it just ended up feeling like too much all at once and kind of got a little bit sloppy in that respect. Also, the vocals. I think the voice was fine, but it almost felt like it was a little bit too cleaned up. There's definitely a factor of that where it's like, I don't know if that's the vocalist or the post-production, because you can mess up vocals a lot in post-production and you can like over tweak them to make them sound a little bit too robotic in that way where they felt like they were kind of like adjusting a little bit too aggressively. Like you're just melodying the shit out of that and it just like crushes any of the vocal dynamic. There was definitely vocal dynamics, but it also felt like every single note was kind of losing its humanity. It felt like it was like drawing a straight line, and that's like you lose a little bit of that vibe. And I don't know like the vocalist at all. I do try to like look up the people involved with songs when there's individual vocalists or soloists, because I like to see what else they've done. Just off the name Adya, I could not find who that would be. Too many people or not enough people with that specific name, and a lot of it was the K-pop group called Adya that was just in the way of every search result. So couldn't tell you who it is or if they have that quality to their voice, because some people do. Some people, when they sing, have so good of intonality that it sounds like it's fake, and that's wild to me, but at the same time, it very well could be the case, especially if this was like a session vocalist that was hired off of SoundBetter, similar to their mixing mastering engineer, where it's like, that's great. I've used SoundBetter before too. It's a great resource that you get to pay people to do their best work, and they do it, and I could tell that with the mix and master of this one especially. Even before I looked it up, I'm like, this is somebody who was like paying attention to where the layers need to be for all of this stuff. And it might have cost money, but they do get paid for doing the best they can and adding those sorts of dynamic ranges into the music, adding that depth that you can just not get through an automated process. So it is the best way to do it, in my opinion, and something I will always stand behind. I know that Festive is very much aware of how anti-generative AI, especially, I am with that sort of thing. But when you come down to it, a human ear is going to subjectively be able to hear something and adapt to whatever you're doing at whatever quality you're doing it at. You have the worst fucking recordings in the world. A good engineer can at least band-aid that. A fucking program couldn't. So when you come down to things like the vocals and having those dynamics and flattening them out, that's where I was like, you know, like might have been a little bit aggressive, but I could still tell there was some humanity in there. It's just a matter of how much. I couldn't tell because there was a little bit of flatlining at certain spots, but all the instrumental stuff felt so much more broad. You could feel that scale, that depth in the song, and that's something that I love that humans can do. It's just, you hear something, they put on their headphones and they're like, no, that's too low. No, 20% to the right ear, too much to the left. You know, I fucking love that. That's the art of music. It's the art of sound and why things work the way they do, and it's just so cool to see. I love watching mixers and master people, especially, just figure things out and place things apart. It's just a really cool process. I digress, though. This is a good song. This is a point where I'm like, hell yeah, I understand why Festive was so hyped about this and wanting to share this and getting it out there, because this is some good starter work for this sort of quality. This sort of like composition is exactly what I was hoping that he was going to come around to. There's other stuff he's done where I'm like, that's not too shabby. This seems to be a little bit more in line with this quality that he has. The ability to play this on the piano, the ability to flare all of this emotion through this song and make things, again, in an odd time maybe at different moments of this track, but clearly has a vision for when and where things need to happen and where they should happen for this story to make sense. I love that it wasn't cookie cutter and it wasn't just 4/4 the whole time through, and it was inspired in that way. And that's, again, the qualities I was hoping to see out of Festive at some point. Didn't think it would happen this quick, to be real with you, but this is where the bread and butter starts to form, you know, or this is where the musical career starts to take shape. These are the songs and this is the genre where I want to see more of what FestiveBored can do. I want to see more of this expansion and exploration into this sound, and it seems like because they're doing this for the dub team, hell, for all I know, because this says official soundtrack, if that is the case, maybe it was given a budget to make this sort of thing happen, which is great. I know I've talked with Festive about like the monetary side of hiring people and hiring musicians out there, and that is something that we all have to think about when we're hiring people. I pay the musicians I use in all of my covers and everything too. It's never fun to lose money, but when you're doing what you love and you're just making it for the love of the game right now, that's where it starts. It's the whole like spend money to make money mentality, and that counts in the arts as well, because you can get so much more of an impactful quality out of something when you have people who know what they're doing do their thing. It is so worth it in the long run. But I think I will digress there before I go on another tangent. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another song you want me to get to, by all means drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if like FestiveBored did for this one, you want to guarantee that I listen to something, you can always go to my Patreon, and if the tier is open, you can guarantee something out of me. It doesn't matter who it's by, what it's from, it could be by yourself, it could be from you, because that's what FestiveBored did, and I'm totally chill with that. I love hearing what the community can offer as well, so by all means, throw something at me if you got it, and otherwise, if you don't want to do any of that, but you want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!